Climate scientists dropped a bombshell last fall. We must cut greenhouse gas emissions in half worldwide by 2030. Wealthy nations must do even more, approaching carbon neutrality by the 2040s. So how is Maryland doing? Governor Larry Hogan frequently promises to honor the Paris Climate Agreement. His Environment Secretary invokes Greta Thunberg's name while promising quote-unquote bold action. State law, meanwhile, gives the governor key leadership in crafting climate policy. But, in truth, Hogan is falling way behind. He supported a Maryland law to ban fracking drilling in 2017, yes. But he also vetoed a modest increase in wind and solar power in 2016. Then, in 2019, he refused to sign the very ambitious Clean Energy Jobs Act, mandating 50% renewable electricity by 2030. It became law without his signature. So what does Larry Hogan want? The General Assembly mandated the administration produce a climate action plan no later than December 2018 to cut emissions 40% by 2030. Hogan supported that legislation but then ignored the deadline. In October, only after environmentalists demanded the governor follow the law, did the Maryland Department of the Environment finally release its draft climate plan. That plan, 10 months late, is deeply flawed. It offers little specific guidance on wind and solar and efficiency, embracing little beyond what the General Assembly has already done. Instead, the governor's plan, 1. Supports nuclear power. Hogan wants to give nuclear its quote-unquote true value under a bill he will introduce in January called the Clean and Renewable Energy Standard, or CARES Act. 2. Supports fracked gas. Hogan wants imported fracked gas to count as positive for the climate, ignoring data showing that it may be worse than coal. The governor is openly pro-gas, pledging to quote-unquote kickstart more combustion statewide. He wants unproven carbon capture and sequestration technology for existing and future gas plants. 3. Takes little action on coal. Incredibly, the governor's climate plan allows for the virtually permanent combustion of huge quantities of coal in the state's 6 remaining high-polluting coal plants. 4. Promotes highways to fight climate. Hogan's plan proposes up to $9 billion to widen Maryland's highways to reduce pollution through allegedly less idling. Virtually no one outside the administration believes this is anything but an embarrassment on climate policy. 5. Supports electric vehicles. Hogan proposes 500,000 electric vehicles by 2030, but offers no concrete plans to get there beyond voluntary measures and the hope President Trump doesn't gut national efficiency standards. Meanwhile, overall, Hogan ignores the Paris aspiration of limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. This would require a roughly 63% reduction in Maryland emissions by 2030 and nearly 100% by 2045. Hogan's plan punts on both targets while again claiming to support the Paris Climate Agreement. Governor Larry Hogan needs a clean sheet of paper. Maryland needs a climate plan that quickly shuts down coal plants and eventually all gas plants and helps move fossil fuel workers towards permanent, new, and good-paying careers. We need a concrete plan that gets us faster to a full wind and solar electricity system that is reliable and resilient, that gets people out of fossil fuel cars and into electric public trains and buses and electric vehicles, that protects frontline communities and ensures that affordable, clean energy flows fully to low and moderate income Marylanders. In short, on climate change, it's time to rebuild Maryland the right way.
And yes, we do need hope. Of course we do. But the one thing we need more than hope is action. Once we start to act, hope is everywhere. So instead of looking for hope, look for action. Then, and only then, hope will come.